Okay, it's 7 o'clock. Well, good evening, everyone. I'd like to officially call this meeting of the Mayor and Council to order. I would ask everyone to please rise. And I ask for a moment of silent prayer and or reflection as we think about the 44 individuals and their families from New Milford who passed away this due to COVID. Please salute the flag. I pledge allegiance
Allegiance
to the
to
flag
the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and attend any meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interest is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with this act, the Mayor and Council of the Borough of New Milford have caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place thereof posted in the Borough Hall, and notices have been sent to the Record and the Ridgewood News. The mission of this governing body is to provide essential services through the establishment and implementation of public policy that will safeguard the infrastructure, provide fair, honest, courteous, and professional services, establish a sense of trust and accomplishment between all residents, and through research and prudent planning, seek to minimize risk while improving our services. We are sensitive to the needs and satisfaction of our taxpayers, while realizing that this governing body cannot be all things to all people, constraints imposed by state mandates, economic conditions, and prevailing attitudes about taxation. Being that we are holding this meeting virtual, I need to read the following. All participants are muted during the meeting. Anyone wishing to make comments or ask questions can do so at such time as the meeting is open to the public for comment and during public hearings on any ordinances by hitting the button to raise your hand or by typing a message in the chat box. You will need to state your name and address for the record. Members of the public may also submit written comments to any future remote meetings by either email to chrisdemiris@newmilfordborough.com or by written letter to the Borough Clerk. Written comments must be received by 4 p.m. on the day of the remote meeting in order to be read into the record during the meeting. Members of the public commenting during a remote meeting shall not act in any manner to disrupt the meeting. If anyone becomes disruptive during the meeting, they will be muted. If time permits, the disruptive individual shall be allowed to speak after all other members of the public are provided an opportunity to comment. Any continued disruption may result in a member being prevented from speaking during the remainder of this meeting. Disruptive conduct includes, but is not limited to, shouting, interruption, and the use of profanity. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
There. Councilman Raffaelli.
Present.
Councilman Seymour.
Present.
Councilwoman Duffy. Council President Grotzky.
Here.
Councilwoman Sandhusen.
Present.
Councilwoman Grant. Councilwoman Grant is present. Mayor Petrino.
Here.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay. Under unfinished business, could I have a motion for the approval of the minutes from the November 23rd, 2020 closed work and public session meetings?
So moved.
Second.
May I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. We have one ordinance up for adoption tonight. It would be ordinance 2020:19. And when the clerk has the opportunity, I would ask her to please read the ordinance to the public.
An ordinance to amend the revised general ordinances of the Borough of New Milford, thereby repealing and replacing in its entirety Chapter 29 entitled Stormwater Control.
As we mentioned at introduction, the purpose of this ordinance is to revise our borough ordinance to reflect an amendments to the state of New Jersey stormwater management rules pursuant to NJAC 7:8, which they adopted on March 2nd, 2020. At this time, I would ask for a motion to open up to the public for a public hearing on this ordinance.
So moved. Second.
May I have a roll call, please?
Councilwoman Sraki Hurley,
Yes.
Councilman Seymour,
Yes.
Council President Grotzky,
Yes.
Councilwoman Sandhusen,
Yes.
Councilwoman Grant.
Yes.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen of the public, if any have a comment on the borough's stormwater management ordinance, now is your time for a comment. Comments are limited to 5 minutes as per mayor and council bylaws.
Mayor, I see 2 members of the public in attendance, and at this time, nobody has indicated that they wish to speak on this ordinance.
Okay. May I get a motion to close to the public?
So moved. Second.
May I get a roll call, please? No, actually, all in favor? All in
Aye.
favor.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Now, but may I get a motion to adopt this ordinance on its final reading?
So moved. Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Sraki Hurley,
Yes.
Councilman Seymour,
Yes.
Council President Grotzky,
Yes.
Councilwoman Sandhusen,
Yes.
Councilwoman Grant.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Under new business, item number 1 is purchase of duty weapon, administrator.
Yes, Mayor, we had received an email from the chief on December 8th regarding Police Officer Wild, who is retiring, I believe as of February 1st. He's made a request to purchase his duty weapon. This is something that we have approved in the past. It's given a value of $429, and it will offset the price of one of the new weapons that will be purchased this year.
Yes, we have done it in the past. I have no issue with it. So, council, what are your feelings on it?
I have no problem with it.
No
I have no
problem.
problem with it.
Okay.
Okay,
Are we going to add this to the resolutions?
You know what? We haven't actually done it by resolution in the past, but there's just a letter that we provide the chief based upon the council's approval. So I will take care of that.
Okay. Great. Item number 2 is schedule updates. Since we are at the end of the year, there are actually no borough events from now until our reorg, which is January 4th. I do want to take the opportunity to thank all of the organizations who either sponsored or helped work during our Winter Wonderland. It was the first time that we did it. It was a huge success. Rave reviews, and a lot of people are hoping that it's something that they see again. So we'll see what happens in 2021, but I just want to thank everyone who was involved in it. It was a lot of work, and we put it together fast. So thank you, and congratulations to everyone involved. And item number 3 is the administrator's report. Whenever you are ready.
Thank you, Mayor. So first in my report is that I just want to advise that the COVID-19 task force, which generally meets every 2 weeks, did not meet this week as we were in the midst of snow cleanup. And our next meeting is scheduled for Thursday, January 7th. Video streaming equipment is scheduled to be installed in the council chambers at the end of January, and this is in anticipation of the council's return to in-person meetings at some point in 2021. We received notice today from Bergen County Open Space that we are the recipient of an $81,000 grant for bench covers for the softball field team benches. So that's something that we will be working on in the spring. The deadline for the participation in some of our senior center programs with the county is this week. So there are two programs that we participate in. One is the Congregant Nutrition Program, which is a Monday through Friday program where lunch is served, and it is open to all Bergen County residents. And the other is a Saturday program, which is also open to all Bergen County residents. As the senior center is continued to be closed at this point, and until further notice, we haven't made any decisions about when it would be reopened and in what capacity it would be reopened. I've spoken with the director to let her know that I don't think the borough will plan to participate in either of these programs in the coming year. We had discussed the Congregate Nutrition Program, which contains a high percentage of non-residents, somewhere in the vicinity of 50%. And with ongoing occupancy restrictions due to the COVID pandemic, we're not sure how we could safely accommodate the food program for the attendees. And with occupancy restrictions, we did not want to have to restrict a resident from being at the senior center in order to allow a non-resident to participate in the nutrition program. As for the Saturday program, that is also open to all Bergen County residents. And the one consideration for that is that there is a grant which helps to offset the cost of the program, in addition to some building expenses. And it's in the area of about $20,000. So there would be a budget impact if we decide that we're not moving forward with either of those programs. Given where we stand, it's really not feasible to make a commitment to either of those programs for this year. And we always have an opportunity to reapply in coming years if a decision is made that that's how we would like to proceed.
So we could not apply in the middle of the year or in September should conditions permit it? It has to be applied for, it's on an annual basis.
On an annual basis, yes.
I think it's unfortunate, but I think it makes sense. When the senior center does open, there is, I'm assuming there's definitely going to be occupancy restrictions. And I don't want to be the one to ever tell a tax-paying resident that they cannot go into the center because someone from out of town is taking their place. So I think it makes sense to, push it off for 2021 and see where we are moving forward in 22.
I concur.
I
Yeah, I
agree that it's very unfortunate, but it seems to be
It
necessary.
is.
Prudent.
I agree as well.
Let's say, I think it's prudent.
Yes. Safety at the senior is going to be a huge undertaking as it is, because it's a place that is meant for people to gather. So that one's going to be very challenging
And
to have that.
it would be very
Ratio.
hard to maintain social distancing in that building. If you
Yes.
have more than a handful of people, yeah.
Yeah.
Just to finish up my report, I just wanted to remind everybody that the Borough Hall is closed this Thursday and Friday for the Christmas holiday, and next Friday for New Year's. And that brings us to 2021, which I think we're all looking forward to. And our reorg meeting, which is scheduled for January 4th at 7 p.m. and is going to be held virtually. That's it for me, Mayor.
Yeah, it's going to be a very odd reorg meeting, but
Yes.
Yeah.
we'll get it done.
Hopefully we'll get more people from
Okay.
the.
Yes. Okay, resolutions. Does everyone have a chance to look at the resolutions? Are there any that need to be pulled out for further discussion?
No, but I have a question about one. It's 2020:260. It's the 1033 program.
Yes.
In the past, we had, in the years that we've had resolutions approving this, and I'm not opposed to the program, didn't we have some restrictions on some of the types of things that could be purchased?
I think that there's actually something in the resolution that does say that there's some restrictions.
Well, that second whereas paragraph kind of lists an awful lot of things. I'm not sure what would be left out. I don't see where it said something would be left out.
Says in the last paragraph, it says, with the exclusion of manned aircrafts, unmanned aerial vehicles, wheeled armor vehicles, explosives and pyrotechnics, MRAPs, tanks, or the like. So those are excluded.
I am looking at it and I am. Oh, okay, before the result, okay,
Yes.
okay.
There's my F-14.
Yeah, helicopter would be nice, but
And
I
we
don't
have
think too
room
many
for
of
a
those are up for
helipad?
grabs anyway, so.
I didn't hear. Okay.
Any other comments on the resolutions? Okay. If not, at this time, I would ask for a motion to open to the public.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we are open to the public. Any member of the public who wishes to talk about any business related to the Borough of New Milford, just give us your name and address, and you get 5 minutes.
Okay, Frank F. has asked to speak.
Okay.
Hi. Good evening. My name is Frank Fiorenzo. My address is 71 Prospect Avenue, New Milford, New Jersey. And thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council, for holding this meeting here on the Zoom platform. One issue I would like to bring up, I'm not sure if the council is aware of it. I attended a meeting that was published on Zoom on our borough website for the health department. Our health officer, our health nurse, Miss Lori, I don't know what her last name is, but I had an incident where a family member had contacted COVID. And so we were involved in the contact tracing procedure. And I'll tell you, she was absolutely awesome in that, in lining us up on the proper people to talk to and keeping in touch with us. And you know, it's just a real pleasure to be in a borough and know that, you know, everyone is looking out for each other here and the process is really working. My issue was that it was posted on the borough website that there was going to be a health department meeting, and it was on Zoom, and I wanted to attend. You know, I'm real, you know, curious about what's going on in town, the cases, and what's happening. So I tried to get onto that Zoom meeting. I had a lot of great difficulty getting on. I finally got on. I don't know how. But after speaking there with some committee members, I'm not sure if the council's mayor or council's aware of it. They informed me that they're on a separate Zoom platform. And I don't know if you know about it, but if there's like 2 or more people, 3 or more people, you're limited to a 40-minute meeting. So that meeting ended after 40 minutes, where it was like right in the middle of the meeting, and they had to get a new password or platform and reorganize the meeting to recontinue. So I was wondering if there's any way that the council, or anything the council's looking into, is to create a one platform, Zoom platform, for all the separate committees within the borough who are holding Zoom meetings. This way, whether they use different IDs, I don't know. But from what I understand is they were working off a free Zoom account. They don't even have a Zoom account, the health department. And anybody could get that, you know, free Zoom account. But that's where the limited time comes in at 40 minutes. I'm not sure if you're aware of it. That's all I have. So maybe if the council or whoever could look into a borough Zoom account where any committee could have access to that and have their meeting openly for an unlimited amount of time. I'm pretty familiar with Zoom, but I think that might be something that you want to look into. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. First, I just wanted to say thank you. I believe you're talking about borough nurse Lori Palma. She has been fantastic through all of this COVID. and she has been working very hard. And at some points, contact tracing has become overwhelming, but she's getting through it. So I'm glad to hear some, positive feedback about that. And we will look into, I was not aware that the Board of Health Zoom cut off so fast, but it's something we will look into. So thank you and happy holidays, Frank.
I can just
Thank you. You as well.
to that information. Unfortunately, there isn't one corporate account that everyone can use there. We do have an overall borough account, which comes with a certain number of licenses, but each of them are paid individually. So right now we do still have, I think, maybe 2 available licenses. That would have to be additional. There are additional paid accounts within ours. And if we were to exceed that, then it would be another additional cost overall to the borough. So we've kind of been, like we set them up. When we first started out, we had no idea that we would be doing this in December. And so we opened the account that had the least financial impact, but gave us some flexibility. And as the need has arisen for the Planning and Zoning Board, for the Senior Center, which has been very active on Zoom, and some of the other areas, we have added those licenses. And if it's necessary, I talked to OEM about the possibility, and they said that they would let me know. Health Department has not actually requested it, but it's something that we can consider. The fortunate thing is a lot of the committees that meet don't run more than the 40 minutes or have no problem just restarting after. You don't even need a new password. You can just go back into the same old meeting, and that's what some of the other committees have done. But it is possible. It comes at an expense, and it's something that we can certainly consider.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I see there's only one other member of the public that's attending at this point, and at this time they have not indicated that they wish to speak.
Okay, with that, I would ask for a motion to close to the public.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Let's go around the table or around the Zoom squares nowadays. So we're going to start with Council President Grotzky.
Thank you, Mayor. We received a memo from our police chief, Brian Clancy. Usually this time of year, the police department gives out awards for meritorious duty and the whatnot, and usually it's done in the council chambers. Unfortunately, since we're meeting on Zoom, we're unable to do that. So what I would like to do is I'm just going to read out some of the names of the officers who are receiving things. I'm not going to give the dates or what they did because it'd take too long, but I'll just go through some of the names. Chief, help me out if I flounder here. Meritorious Police Duty Medal goes to Sergeant Francis Haggerty, P.O. Brian Moan, and P.O. Andrew Lignos. Different day, there was another incident. Meritorious Police Duty goes to P.O. Ed Trinkleback, Detective Sergeant Perez, and also we had an aide from River Edge. So we're recognizing Sergeant Kurt Wilhelm of River Edge, P.O. Preisendorf River Edge, and P.O. Petersky from River Edge. Also, letters of commendation go to Lieutenant Petrie, P.O. Duran, and P.O. Reardon. On another day, we have a meritorious police duty medal going to P.O. Pierre Haneke. Different incident, department citation goes to Detective Sergeant Nelson Perez. Another different day, department citations to P.O. Will Reardon and Detective Brian Carlino. Another day, meritorious police duty medal goes to P.O. Nick Williams. And another day, a meritorious police duty medal goes to P.O. Daniel O'Neill, P.O. Presenslaw Boinski. Letters of commendation go to Sergeant Herrero, P.O. Chevalier, Detective Carlino, Detective Sergeant Perez, and Lieutenant Paisano. I think I got them all, right, Chief?
You did, and I just want to note in that last one, it was a little bit of a press-worthy one. They had a car stop, and the guys were armed with a gun, and there was like a violent struggle. And the guys did a really great job. Nobody got hurt, and we took a gun off the street that had hollow point bullets in it, and obviously it was unlawfully possessed. And that was like a really great arrest that doesn't happen too often, luckily for our town. But that was a major arrest. So we just wanted to point that one out. That was December 14th last week.
I think it proves the point that anything can happen at any time, even if it's a small borough. Some people think things don't happen, but they do. But I want to thank you. I want to thank the NMPD for all that you do. These meritorious awards are much deserved, and it's unfortunate we don't get to see it in person, but hopefully we'll be seeing it in person next year.
Thank you. I hope so too.
Anything else, Ira?
That's it for me, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay. Councilman Seymour.
I just want to echo what was said earlier that I think that you said, Mayor, that the Winter Wonderland was an amazing event. I know Mackenzie and I had a great time setting up. It was fun having the event. All the feedback we got from people that we know has had a lot of fun. So thank you to everybody who came together, all the different agencies, to make it possible. So thank you. And that's all I have for tonight.
Councilwoman Grant, you're up.
First, I'd like to convey my congratulations to the police officers who earned the meritorious badges and awards. They do a wonderful job, and please convey my thanks and our thanks to them. I'd also like to echo Matt's comment about the Winter Wonderland. All our events lately have been absolutely fabulous, from the Halloween event to Winter Wonderland and all the other things. Despite or maybe because of the difficult circumstances, we've really had to come up with new ideas and to work together to make them successful and to bring the borough together. And I think that everybody has enjoyed them, and that everybody who has worked on them has done a very good job, all the different committees and commissions and boards. And I'd like to also wish everybody a very happy holiday and a wonderful new year. And let's hope 2021 is much better and that the vaccine becomes available to all of us. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Sandhusen.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to echo what everyone has said about the Winter Wonderland. The events community has done a fabulous job this year. It's been a really challenging year putting on municipal events, and it's been lovely to see the borough committees and agencies working together and being creative, as Councilwoman Grant and Councilman Seymour has stated. The Environmental Commission is working on planning to do their environmental resource inventory next year. And to that aim, they've scheduled some informational meetings for February. They're going to be having a guest presenter. The Hillsdale Environmental Commission chairperson is going to be presenting and giving some information, so people are welcome to come to that and learn about that process along with the Environmental Commission. And the Bergen County Audubon Society has contacted the Environmental Commission about New Milford Woods. So they took a walk down there and they're very happy. They've done some bird watching. So our passive recreation is moving forward and getting good comments and public response. So in the importance with the Bergen County Audubon Society is that they are also very interested in doing some collaborative work with us in that environmental zone. So we're going to have a lot of really fun projects coming up in the next couple of years. And I'm complete. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Siraki Hurley.
So since I'm last, I am going to be repetitive on what our mayor said and Councilman Grant and everyone else in regards to our Winter Wonderland that was a huge success. Mainly because every single one of our committees and residents all chipped in and worked hard, even though it was last minute. I think we become really creative, meaning all, when our back is up against the wall and we only have a few weeks or a few hours to do something. So it was a great success, and maybe possibly after discussing it this year, that this could also be done again next year. I know that with that being said, the police department had a great turnout as far as the toy drive that they had, which is incredibly fabulous. And thank you, gentlemen, for doing all that, and congratulations to all those. I'm sorry we're not there to actually touch them and shake hands and say congratulations. As well as the fire department, who did I believe a successful collection of gift cards and monetary donations also during the Winter Wonderland. So I know this has been really difficult, but I think our town is stepping forward and really working towards it and being together. I mean, I think we just have a wonderful group of residents that really work well together, as well as the mayor and council and all of the other committees. And I think that's about it. Just want to wish everybody a wonderful Merry Christmas, a happy holiday. And if I don't see anyone, and for everyone out there, Happy New Year. Let's just go out and hit those pots at midnight next week. Just kick out 2020. That's it. Done. Finished. Thank you.
Thank you. I agree. I think, I've said it before, when we work together in this town, great things happen. So I'm glad to see that. And this was an extremely challenging year. So, I have to thank all of our department heads. I want to thank all of the borough volunteers. And I want to thank the resident volunteers who got together and they were purchasing food for people who were homebound, and they were doing everything they could during this pandemic. And I have to thank the members of the council. You guys did a fantastic job this year. There was no playbook on how to do this. And, we worked together, we kept our committees together, and we kept New Milford moving. And that was important. We're continuing to provide the services to the residents, most important. So I want to thank everyone for that. And then, I keep thinking about, when I think about this year, I think about the police department and the fire department when we were doing the birthday drive-bys, how that was awesome. And that kind of started in getting everyone together and mobilized, and just showing that even during a pandemic, we can still do things to put smiles on people's faces. So I'm very thankful to all of you. And I'm looking forward to a good 2021.
And may I add something? I think on behalf
Yes, of course.
Yes. I'd like to thank you, Mayor Petrino, for your leadership. It has really been sterling and outstanding. Without your leadership, I'm not sure that all of this would have been accomplished. Yes, we all contributed and everybody went above and beyond, but you went even more above and beyond. You were an inspiration to the borough and to all of us. So I thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. With that said, may I get a motion to approve resolution 2020:252 through 2020:267?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the public portion of our meeting. We will be going into closed session to discuss 2 items. There will be no decisions made. When we come out of closed, we will immediately close the meeting. We will not be opening back up to the public, and no action will be taken. So with that, once again, on behalf of the mayor and council, we wish you a happy holidays, a Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate, and a very happy, healthy, and safe New Year. And our next meeting will be January 4th at 7 o'clock. That'll be our official reorganization. We hope to see you then. Thank you very much.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Holidays. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year for sure.